Welcome to NASCAR Now. This is Mark Moses, and I'd like to talk about something that was come up recently. It's been, NASCAR drivers searching for wins. So far, we have at least 4 drivers looking for wins. Is that 4? No, it's actually 3. Well, actually, it is 4. I lied. 4 drivers actually looking for, some wins after a long dry spell. And then we have 2 teams searching for their first win since pretty much 2013. It's not looking pretty good. The first driver we're going to start with is Greg Biffle, who just can't seem to have any luck going. His last win was Michigan 2013. He's had no top 10s this year. Ortho left during the offseason, and he signed to the end of 2017. But if you look at his last finishes, here's one. Fontana, he dominates there. He's dominated there before. He finished 37th. Kansas, he finished 27th. He's just not doing well like he did either in 2012 or even at least 2013 in some possibility. And then you got to look at Casey Kane. Casey Kane has not been doing well in the 5. Yes, he got some wins, but he didn't make the chase in 2015. And so far, he did get some top 10s, and he is doing a little bit better, but he hasn't gotten a win yet. I know there's still plenty of time in the season. I know something can happen. His last win was Atlanta 2014, and his average finish is about 18.4, and he's signed to 2018. However, there is a lot of possibility that Hendrick is looking at Harvick as a possibility of a replacement for Kane next season. And I think that would actually probably be a great idea because, look, Stewart-Haas is switching to Ford, which I think is the stupidest idea in all of human history. The Fords aren't doing so well. Besides from Penske Racing, look at Roush. They suck. They ain't doing anything right. So if they would do something like switch with Kane to Roush, because Stewart-Haas Racing, because he's driven Fords before. He's driven Fords, Toyotas. He's basically driven anything, Dodges, and moving Harvick in the number 5. Harvick can drive the wheels off any kind of car, so I can see him as a great factor. Newman, he did well 2014, basically staying very consistent and making it into the chase all the way to the final round. But his last one was Indy 2013, and his contract ends this year. I don't know what to say about him. Either he needs to pull in a win to kind of secure his contract or something, or something needs to happen because I don't know what's going to happen with him. And then we come to Paul Menard. His last one was Indy 2011. Now, the only reason Menard is around and not gone at this point is, let's say, his father has the whole Menard's business, and he's bringing in the sponsorship. He's bringing in the money. So he could run like crap, but, he's somewhat consistent. He made the chase last year, so he's okay. Just he hasn't had a win in a while. And then we look at the 2 elephants in the room. We look at Roush Fenway and RCR. Roush Fenway, the last non-points race they had was the 2015 All-Star Sprint Showdown race number 1. But the last points race they actually won was 2013 Michigan, and that was in the summer. That wasn't the one later in the summer. The second race, it was the first race. So, look at this, 2013. It's 2016. It's almost 3 years. Something needs to happen. RCR, on the other hand, which is kind of in the same boat, their last win was when Kevin Harvick was driving in 2013, and that was in Phoenix, and that was the chase race. And that was the last win RCR ever had, which is kind of a problem. Now, if we compare Roush Fenway to RCR in which drivers need to go and what drivers need to stay. At Roush Fenway, you got the 17, the 16, and the 6. You got Stenhouse, who is improving really well. He's doing a heck of a lot better than 2014, pretty much, and 15. Biffle, he just sucks. He's just not doing well. And Bain, he had 2 top 10s this year. The last time he had a top 10 was winning the Daytona 500 in 2011. Doesn't that seem a little bit weird? I think it's weird. And when they signed him over in 2014, he wrecked. 2015, he wrecked. I mean, he was wrecking like crazy. So the driver I like with Roush is Stenhouse because he seems to be the only one who can qualify and finish ahead of these other two people. Then we look at RCR. RCR was a little bit difficult for me because you got Dylan, who's doing really well this year than he did when he made his debut in 2014, besides getting the pole for the Daytona 500. Menard, again, he's just bringing in the money, but he's very consistent as well. And then you have Newman. Who did I pick out of these three drivers? I'm picking Dylan. The reason why, he's consistent. He's been running pretty well. Newman is a name you don't hear when they do the top 10 rundown, even if the top 20 is lucky enough. Menard, consistent. Plus, he's bringing in the money. So, a lot of these drivers are searching for wins, and they're mostly in the Cup side. I don't even want to go to Xfinity or Trucks because I don't want to fall asleep while I'm doing it. But basically, we need to look ahead. I mean, we're coming up to Charlotte. Charlotte is a place for Kane. Even if he wins the All-Star race, it at least give him some confidence. I mean, I remember one time when he was voted in, I think it was 2009, he was voted in as the, oh, Jesus, help me, the Sprint fan vote or something like that. And he won the showdown, and then he turned around and won the Coca-Cola 600. Kurt Busch did the same thing in 2010. So, maybe he can end his streak there. I mean, I'm trying to look at other drivers, good places. Biffle, he could try Michigan again, unless he screws something up. I mean, after Charlotte is, I think Pocono, because they changed it around. I mean, Kane, he's done well at Pocono. He's done well at Charlotte. He's done well at Atlanta. Just normal Casey Kane tracks. Newman, look at the Brickyard again. He could try it again. I mean, and Menard, consistency. But really the people that need a win, and especially their organization, is definitely Roush Fenway and RCR. They need something to keep them motivated. Because right now, they're hoping for something. Qualifying, I mean, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't matter if you qualify first. I mean, there's like 300 laps in a race. You could qualify first and end up, fourth or fifth by the time the race ends, or even last. So, it's just all about either consistency or just trying something different. Maybe you need to change drivers. I mean, maybe Biffle needs to go. The 16 could be open to another Roush Fenway driver, or just trying to say what I was going to say. Open it up to somebody else. I mean, I don't know who else could work at Roush to bring the team back, because not even a current driver is, coming across my mind. And here's what's even worse. I feel like when Matt Kenseth switched to Gibbs in 2013, Roush was going a little bit downhill. But then Edwards got a win, and so did Biffle. But once Edwards left in 2014, I think that's when Roush started to fall apart, because Edwards got 2 wins on a road course and at Bristol in the spring race, or whatever the heck, March or something like that. So he had those 2 wins, and Biffle had nothing. And then you had the other 2 people that had nothing as well. So just look at the facts here. Carl and Matt kept Roush alive. But the problem is, now that they're both gone, and they're both at the same team, and now you have these 3 people, they're not really trying to keep it alive. They're kind of going the wrong way. And the RCR, for example, they had Burton, which he wasn't that bad. But, Harvick, when he left, it was 27, the 3, and now it's the 31. And somebody there needs to get a win. It would be nice if it's either the 31, the 3, or the 27. I don't care who wins, but somebody needs a win. Well, that's all I can say for my NASCAR drivers that definitely need a win. Something to lock them in the chase, or at least something to give them motivation onto going to the next round, or just, some kind of motivation is probably the key in everything. Well, this has been Mark Moses for NASCAR Now. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and today is May 18th, 2016.